What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and today we're going to get into the sentencing of Adam Montgomery. Let's go ahead and get into it. Harmony Montgomery's father has been sentenced to 45 years to life in prison for the five-year-old's brutal murder. Adam Montgomery, who's 34 years old, faced life in prison after being convicted of the 2019 murder in February in New Hampshire. He punched Harmony to death for soiling herself, and her body was never found. Prosecutors gave the killer one last chance to reveal where Harmony's remains are in exchange for the state recommending a lesser sentence, but they were met with silence from Montgomery's attorneys. It is so sad. Sometimes it's very hard for me to do these type of cases, to talk to you guys about these type of cases, because it just, as a parent and a grandparent, I just can't, I can't imagine doing something like this to my children or my grandchildren. It's hurtful. Since that offer has been rejected, Your Honor, that is yet another reason why the minimum should not apply, said Senior Assistant Attorney General Ben Agati after Montgomery failed to respond. Prosecutors had asked that Montgomery be sentenced to 56 years to life. He's currently serving a minimum sentence of 32 and a half years in prison on an unrelated gun charge. Poor baby. I just feel so bad for that little child. I really do. He was also convicted of witness tampering, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. A judge ordered the killer to attend his sentencing after he refused to appear in his trial. Harmony's mother, Crystal Sorey, was present for the sentencing and gave an impact statement, calling the killer just plain evil. Sorey said that to Montgomery, "Harmony wasn't a coward like you, and I'll be forever grateful for that. You're a coward that has to be in control of everything and everyone around you. She had a life worth living, unlike yourself, and it bothered you to your core that she was nothing like you and everything like me." In a sentencing memo, prosecutors cited testimony by Harmony's stepmother, Kayla, who said the father hit his daughter several times after she had a bathroom accident in the car. So your daughter had a bathroom accident in the car, and you decide to beat her to death. I hope in prison they give you everything you gave to your daughter. Adam is a monster. He really is. He is a monster. And I'm so glad that he's in custody. But he needs to be beat down while he's in prison. He needs the type of treatment he gave his daughter while he's in prison. Okay? The memo reads, "The defendant robbed Harmony and her family of the person she was going to become. He killed all the potential she had and eradicated the potential good she could do for her family and the community. Harmony left behind young siblings, one who was 1 year old when he last saw her, and another born later who would never know her. Montgomery had attended his first day of jury selection in February, but did not come to court during his 2-week trial. Now, I thought when you was on trial, you had to show up. I didn't think you had a choice of whether you wanted to sit there or not. I thought it was mandatory for the inmates to be at their own trial." Police believe that Harmony Montgomery was killed nearly 2 years before she was reported missing in 2021. A judge declared Harmony legally dead in March at the request of her mother, Crystal Sorey. Montgomery's lawyer recently asked for him to be excused from his scheduled May 9th sentencing in Manchester, saying Montgomery has maintained his innocence on charges of second-degree murder and second-degree assault and witness tampering. He had admitted to abuse of a corpse and falsifying evidence. Now, the state law says that in the second-degree murder cases, the defendant shall personally appear in court when the victim or victim's next of kin addresses the judge unless excused by the court. The Attorney General's office said in March that Harmony's next of kin and others will be addressing the judge at the sentencing, so it was mandatory for Adam Montgomery to show up. The Montgomery case spurred a bill in the state legislature requiring people charged with serious crimes to be present for the reading of the verdicts and at sentencing hearings. The bill passed in the House and awaits action in the Senate. Now, last year, Montgomery proclaimed his innocence in the death of his daughter, saying in court he loved Harmony Montgomery unconditionally. Now, his lawyer suggested that the girl died while she was with the stepmother. Now, Harmony's stepmother, Kayla Montgomery, is expected to be released on parole in May after serving an 18-month sentence for perjury. She testified that her husband killed Harmony Montgomery on December 7, 2019, while the family lived in their car. Kayla Montgomery said he was driving to a fast food restaurant when he turned around and repeatedly punched Harmony in the face and head because he was angry that she was having bathroom accidents in the car. She said he then hid the body in the trunk of the car, in a ceiling vent of a homeless shelter, and in the walk-in freezer at his workplace before disposing of it in March of 2020. Oh my gosh. That poor child. That poor child. So, you beat your daughter because she's having bathroom accidents in the car. So instead of you taking her to a hospital, okay, you hid her body in the trunk of a car. And then you hid her body in the ceiling vent of a homeless shelter. And then in the walk-in freezer at your workplace before you got rid of it in March of 2020. You can't be man enough in this moment to tell Crystal and the rest of Harmony's family where her body is. You can't be man enough to do that. They was offering you a lesser charge, okay, less time, and you couldn't do that. That just goes to show what type of monster you are. That is, I just don't know what to say. This poor child, beautiful baby, 5 years old, and he's punching on her, and he killed her. Let me tell you something. I don't care if you're a man or woman. If you are out here abusing children, you have no right to have any children. There's so many people out here who are trying and can't have any kids whatsoever. And people like him that have children are taking their kids' life. There's women out there who are doing the same thing, abusing their children and taking their life when they could have at least gave that child to a family member or to foster care. At least they would still be alive. They would still be alive. But no. Adam here murdered his daughter, hid the body, got rid of the body, and he still won't tell where the body is. And like Crystal said, he has to be in control of everything and everyone. So he is trying to be in control here. He's not taking the lesser charge. He's not telling where he disposed of the body. He feels like he's in charge. Because once he give up that information, he's not in charge anymore. That's his ego. And you know what? He deserves to sit there and rot. He deserves for those other inmates to come into his cell and punch on him like he did Harmony. Because what he did to his daughter was uncalled for. It was no need for that at all. All right, so let me end this here because I'm going to get really upset. I just hate when things happen to children. It really pisses me off. You guys let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about this? Do you think he got the proper sentencing? And I'll talk to you guys later.